Of course I'm still angry. We lost a lot. There was a lot that happened 3 years ago.
Scandals may fade with time, but the scars they leave behind never truly vanish. When former Try Guy Ned Fulmer shocked the internet with his affair, his reputation as the internet's ultimate wife guy crumbled overnight. But now, years later, Ned and his wife Ariel have sat down in a raw, confessional-style podcast that has left fans stunned once again. Ariel's unfiltered honesty, Ned's awkward remorse, and the lingering anger over betrayal reveal a truth far messier than anyone expected. This isn't just a redemption story, it's a chilling reminder of how betrayal can break even the strongest foundations of trust. When Ned announced he was launching a new podcast, no one knew what to expect.
Hi, I'm Ned Fulmer. 3 years ago, I cheated on my wife with my producer. It became a massive public scandal that caused a lot of pain to a lot of people. I know that I represented myself as a kind of wife guy who talked about his relationship and put that out there for public consumption. And you, as a viewer, I know that I broke your trust.
But the decision to bring Ariel on as the very first guest immediately raised eyebrows. After all, it wasn't just a podcast, it was a public reopening of one of the internet's most infamous scandals. For Ariel, sitting down with Ned wasn't just uncomfortable, it was terrifying. She admitted that a part of her wanted to walk out of the room before they even started. Yet, she also knew this conversation was necessary, not just for them as parents, but for the countless eyes still watching from the sidelines. Right away, the podcast stripped away any illusions that the two were still together. Ariel revealed that for the last 3 years, they haven't even been a couple. They don't live together. They don't share the life they once had. And when asked if she forgives Ned, Ariel didn't hold back. Her answer was raw, brutal, and final: absolutely not. How can you forgive someone for lying to you, for cheating on you, for taking so much away?
Ask me, do you forgive Ned for what he did? And the answer is no. Absolutely not. How can you forgive somebody for lying to you, for cheating on you? No.
This wasn't bitterness, it was truth. Ariel had lost more than a husband. She lost her marriage, her family unit, financial stability, and the career trajectory they had built together. Ned's affair didn't just end their relationship, it tore apart the foundation of everything she had worked so hard for. One of the most gut-wrenching parts of Ariel's account was how she discovered Ned's betrayal. It wasn't through an honest confession or even a whispered rumor. It was through fans. Complete strangers sent her photos of Ned with his producer, Alex, in New York. At first, Ariel was so blindsided that she convinced herself it was just Ned with his sister. Only later, when confronted with the undeniable truth, did the devastating reality sink in. Imagine learning about your husband's affair not from him, but from the internet. The humiliation was unbearable, and Ariel admitted she will never forget the sting of that moment. Ned, for his part, tried to explain his actions in the podcast. He claimed he had been compartmentalizing his feelings, telling himself stories to make it seem like what he was doing wasn't so bad. He compared it almost to an addiction, a destructive habit he couldn't control. But the internet wasn't buying it. His excuses felt hollow, his apologies rehearsed, and his attempts to paint his cheating as a moment of weakness only highlighted how little he truly understood the magnitude of his betrayal. Even Ariel called him out. She reminded him that while he talks about lessons learned, she was the one forced to carry the consequences, forced to find strength in the ruins he left behind. Perhaps the most heartbreaking part of Ariel's confession was her realization that what she thought they had was nothing more than a fantasy. She believed in their love. She trusted him completely. They had married young, built a life together, had children, and moved across the country, all on the foundation of a bond she thought was unbreakable. To her, their relationship wasn't just marriage, it was a dream. And when Ned shattered that dream, she was left asking the question she still doesn't have an answer to: what happened? For Ned, the explanation was cowardly simple. He was scared of his feelings and chose the path of destruction instead of honesty. For Ariel, that explanation will never be enough. One thing became clear after the podcast aired: the internet doesn't care about Ned.
Remember, I have met some people, like made new friends or kind of introduced myself to strangers. And it's like, oh, let's exchange Instagrams. I'm like, well,
Right?
Here's mine, but a couple of caveats. One, I have a lot more followers than you might expect. Two, all of this is pretty outdated. And three, don't Google me.
Don't Google me. You
Just
probably don't want to
get
Google
to know me first. Just sort of seen as the sum of your mistakes for me, or the sum of your past for you.
Comments flooded in, not with sympathy for him, but with overwhelming support for Ariel. Viewers admitted they tuned in solely to hear her voice, to see her strength, and to witness her resilience. Many even argued that Ned had no right to profit from her pain, demanding that any revenue from the episode should go directly to Ariel. And they weren't wrong. While Ned awkwardly stumbled through his explanations, Ariel shined with honesty and courage. She didn't sugarcoat her anger, she didn't offer him forgiveness, and she didn't let him twist the narrative. Instead, she owned her story, proving that she, not Ned, was the most compelling figure in this entire scandal. If Ned thought this podcast would be his grand return, he miscalculated. He framed it as a project to help people empathize with others who have gone through scandal, addiction, or personal failures. But Ariel's quiet laughter at his claim said it all: this wasn't about helping others. It was about Ned trying to rebrand himself. And fans saw right through it. To them, this wasn't a redemption arc. It was exploitation, an attempt to use Ariel's pain as the springboard for his own comeback. And the audience wasn't having it. The verdict was loud and clear: Ariel deserves the spotlight, not Ned. What struck fans most was Ariel's clarity about her future. She doesn't want to be an influencer. She doesn't want fame, or clout, or to milk this scandal for attention. Instead, she wants privacy. She wants to focus on her art, her children, and her peace. After years of living under the shadow of Ned's betrayal, Ariel is carving her own path forward. And judging by the love she received online, she'll never walk it alone. Her infectious smile, her strength, and her refusal to let betrayal define her resonated with people far more than any apology Ned could offer. If there's one winner in all of this, it's Ariel. She came out stronger, braver, and more authentic than ever before.
But he did. And, I mean, the answer is no. Absolutely not. How can you forgive somebody for lying to you, for cheating on you? No. Fuck no. I don't even... Sorry, I saw red for a minute. It's like, no, the answer is no.
Ned Fulmer may have thought his podcast would spark empathy, but instead, it reminded the world of the pain his betrayal caused. Ariel, however, proved herself to be the true heart of this story: fearless, honest, and unshakably strong.
We've worked through a lot of stuff, and the fact that I can be around you and still have a good time and enjoy spending time with you and enjoy spending time with my kids, I think that's a win.
Yeah. It's taken a lot of hard work to do that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, as we've adjusted, we've recalibrated our relationship more towards a platonic friendship, and then, it's just been challenging. But I think we're getting to a point of sort of celebrating that and really embracing it and accepting it for what it is.
Fans don't want a redemption story for Ned. They want healing, growth, and happiness for Ariel. And maybe that's the real takeaway here. Sometimes the one who breaks you doesn't get to write the ending, you do. What do you think about Ned's bold move to relaunch himself through this podcast? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates.